So this video is going to be a lot different from pretty much everything else you've seen on this channel. It's not going to be about biblical history or debunking theist arguments, but it is going to be about history. The history of me on YouTube, because I know you wanted that so much. 10 years ago today, I started my first YouTube channel. Now the channel is gone now. It is long gone, deleted. There was nothing good on there, but it is still available to be viewed on the Internet Wayback Machine. So on November 8th of 2008, I opened up this YouTube channel, UFA 101, and it was god-awful. It was just horrible. I tried to be funny, I wasn't. I tried to be smart, and I also wasn't. Now that hasn't changed much, but our production quality has went up. That channel was basically just for me to come home from school, click record, tell a funny story, and sometimes I would talk about the reasons I was an atheist. Now I became an atheist when I was 12, and I think that was 2 years prior to opening up my first YouTube channel. But I became an atheist because of people like Aaron Ra and Matt Dillahunty, and some of you may not like him, but TJ Kirk, the Amazing Atheist. Now, whether you like it or not, that is my origin story on YouTube, at least. I was already dealing with doubts about my religion, and I already kind of talked about my deconversion in a video that you can find in this card over here in the corner. Or maybe it's the other corner, I'm not sure. It's in the corner of the video. But when I first got on YouTube, the first thing I saw was the very early heated debate, if you want to call it that, between theists and atheists. And it amazed me for some reason. I very much enjoyed these debates, and I very much enjoyed the flame wars that went along with them. In the atheist corner, there was TJ, Thunderfoot, Theoretical Bullshit, and of course, many of the channels that now no longer exist. In the theist corner, there were people like Venom Fang X and his ilk. There was Tony Number. If you are a YouTube OG, you recognize these names. A few months later, in 2009, I really started to try it myself. I really wanted to be part of that conversation. So I opened up a new channel, The Russian Atheist, and that channel was just as awful. I didn't know shit about shit, and I don't really know that much now, but I know a lot more than I did back then. And if I had access to that channel or those videos, I would probably shoot myself right in the face, because they were just terrible. I tried doing debunking videos, I tried just talking about science and philosophy and other things I didn't understand at the time, and it was just awful. Now that channel, at the time, it wasn't actually doing that bad, at least in terms of subscriber rates, because I actually was able to get that channel up to 1,000 subscribers, but it was not organic. It was the whole sub for sub thing. That was just a bunch of BS. People would do it. They would go on the biggest channel at the time, Fred, who had just reached 1 million subscribers, and they would type in his channel comments, sub for sub, and then they'd click refresh and do it again. And basically anyone who subscribed to you, you would subscribe to them. Pretty self-explanatory. People don't really do that too much anymore. Although it does still happen. I do still see people saying that once in a while. But that is how I got that channel to 1,000 subscribers. Pretty much nobody watched the videos because everybody that was subscribed to me was subscribed to half the platform at the time. So things would, get lost. Then I met somebody at my high school who is now part of this channel, Chris. And my viewers know exactly who Chris is. So when I met him, he had this cult going on, this nihilist cult, which now looking back on it makes no fucking sense. The entire group, I guess if you want to call it that, was based on Chris's misunderstandings of quantum mechanics at the time. Now, since I didn't know anything about anything, I fell for it. Actually, that's the story of how I became interested in science. Once I found out more and realized that I had been fucking bullshitted to, I decided to learn a lot about science. So next time Chris said something that was wrong, I'd be able to call him out on it. But anyone who watches the channel knows that Chris and I are all good. We're chill now. We're buddies. We've been buddies for about 10 years. And I have him and his nihilist cult to thank for pretty much all that you have here today. And funny story, before I forget, Ruben introduced me to Chris. So yeah, way back. So when I initially became a nihilist and didn't actually understand what that term even meant at the time, I was like, you know what? Fuck my Russian atheist channel. I'm not an atheist anymore, I'm a nihilist, because I didn't realize those two things were not mutually exclusive. So I deleted my Russian atheist channel and then started the Russian Nihilist. And that channel was better, but still not good. That channel is still up, and it is actually floating at around 420 subscribers, believe it or not. And it always seems to fluctuate around that number. Apparently the channel is still getting subscribers, even though I haven't posted there in 6 or 7 years. Now, during that time, when I had started the channel, I had a lot of other projects going on. I was still trying to be this comedian. Some of these channels are actually still up. There was, I'm not even gonna list them. They were awful. They were just fucking terrible. I wasn't funny. Me and a friend of mine tried doing skits and it wasn't funny. We tried doing magic tricks and they weren't good. It was all bad. Everything on my YouTube resume was bad. Needless to say, I had a lot of failing YouTube projects. Then, when I decided to take a break from YouTube, I think the break lasted maybe about 2 years or so, maybe 3. I can't even remember anymore. I forgot the password to my most popular channel, the Russian Nihilist. And I was like, I guess this means I have to start a new one. And that new channel opened in December of 2014 was this one, Milwaukee Atheists. And I went back to my roots. I was making videos with Chris and Ruben, people who were very influential in my life and definitely paved the road that I was going down. So there you have the birth of the Milwaukee Atheist channel. Now, soon after I started this channel, Mythicist Milwaukee got in contact with me and they wanted me to help them put on their first Mythicist Milwaukee conference, their Myth Information conference, and I was teamed up with Chris and we decided to go head forth with that, and we helped them with the first 4 conferences. And I very much enjoyed doing that. In fact, they helped this channel grow, they helped me grow. Without them, I wouldn't be going down this whole Bible history thing, because through them, I was able to meet some of my heroes. I was able to meet Matt Dillahunty and Aaron Raw and Richard Carrier and Dave Fitzgerald. I was able to connect with these people and become friends with them. So now this channel has almost 9,000 subscribers. Maybe if we work really hard, we'll be able to get this channel to 10,000 subscribers at the end of the year. At the end of the first year, we had a little over 300. At the end of the second year, we had almost 1,000. At the end of the third year, we had about 3,000. And now it just seems like we're doing pretty well. I am very happy with what I've accomplished, with what Chris and Ruben have accomplished. I am very happy with what we have going on here. And the best part about all of this is there was never a sub for sub. It was completely organic. And although 9,000 isn't a big number, in fact, it's pretty small on the grand scheme of things on YouTube, I am proud of it because I did not take any shortcuts. And I worked for all the viewers. I put in my own blood, sweat, and tears. Over the years, I have met some amazing people. Some of my very close friends I met on YouTube. And some of them, even, initially, made response videos to me back in the good old days when you could respond directly to a video and the response would be right under the video. That was great. And I met some of my very good friends because of their video responses to me. So even though YouTube has its problems as a platform right now, I still love it. And I still love you, the viewers. And this 10-year journey, which is a good portion of my life, is still going. And I want to see it go a lot longer. And I would not be here or who I am without you, the viewer. So thank you for sticking around, and thanks for watching.